Hola amigos y amigas de YouTube, soy Andrea y vamos a practicar español. Today I want to practice some vocabulary with you. This is some vocabulary that's very useful in conversation because it's going to be talking about your physical traits, your emotions, your occupations, your nationality, and it's a great way to practice with Sarah and Estar again. I'm also going to practice a little bit with Tener to have. And we're going to talk a little bit about making things agree in gender and number with the speaker again, because that always comes up when you're saying sentences in Spanish. But for the most part, I want you to focus on pronunciation and how you're going to learn these words, because you need to have these words in your head. So you can make flashcards, you can write lists, you can listen to them over and over, or you can put sticky notes around your house to remind yourself, or you can just try practicing them in a real conversation with someone. But you need to find a way to look at these over and over again until they go from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. And that happens best when you study a little bit every day. I always say, learn Spanish in 10 minutes a day. Doesn't mean it takes 10 minutes to learn Spanish, but it means that if you look at it 10 minutes every day, that's more effective than only looking at it once a week or once in an infrequent amount of time. You need to have a lot of repetition, exposure, and practice, and look at it even just a little bit every single day. Entonces, vamos a empezar con una presentación que tengo con mucho vocabulario útil y voy a compartir mi pantalla aquí. I'm going to share my screen with some useful vocabulary. Así que empecemos. Let's get started. Useful vocabulary, vocabulario útil. So these are occupations. Somebody might ask you, ¿qué haces? Or ¿en qué trabajas? Or ¿cuál es tu ocupación? And you would answer with your occupation. If you're a male, you'll use the male masculine version of the words. If you're a female, you'll use the feminine version of the word. And some of these words can go with either male or female. For example, gerente ends in an E. So it could be el gerente or la gerente, male or female. Dentista, ISTA, that can also go with either male or female. It doesn't need to be changed. If it ends in an R, doctor is a guy, doctora is a girl. If it ends in an O, ingeniero is a guy, ingeniera is a girl. So let's practice repeating these. Repite, por favor. Empresario, empresaria, inventor, inventora, ingeniero, ingeniera, ayudante administrativo, ayudante administrativa, vendedor, vendedora, gerente, dentista, abogado, abogada, ayudante de abogado. So this one's interesting. If you're the assistant to a lawyer, a paralegal, you could either be a male or female assistant, ayudante, that works for both. And then the lawyer could be either male or female. So abogado for a male lawyer that you're assisting, or abogada for a female lawyer that you're assisting. Doctor, doctora. Some people also say médico, médica. They're synonymous. Nurse, enfermero, enfermera. Teacher, maestro, maestra. If you're a professor, that would be profesor, profesora. Social worker, trabajador, or trabajadora social. Trabajador social, trabajadora social. Driver, conductor, conductora. Restaurant server, mesero, mesera. That's waiter, waitress, or server, whatever's the trendy way to call it in the United States. Chef would work for guys or girls. Limpiador de casas, limpiadora de casas. Paisajista, comerciante de valores. Dueño de negocio, or dueña de negocio. Negocio is business, it stays the same, but dueño means owner, so it could be male or female. Empleado could be a clerk, or it could also be an employee in general. Empleado, masculine, empleada, feminine. And scientist, científico, científica. Nationalities. Somebody might ask you, ¿de dónde eres? Where are you from? So you can be from the country, soy de los Estados Unidos, I'm from the United States. Or you could say, I am American. Now it's interesting because American could refer to North American, Central American, or South American. Those are all the Americas. So to be a little more specific than that, instead of saying soy americana, I would say soy estadounidense, which refers to the country I'm from, los Estados Unidos. And it looks like a long word, but kind of break it into two chunks. Repite, por favor. Estadounidense, mexicano, mexicana, guatemalteco, guatemalteca, canadiense, hondureño, hondureña, costarricense, puertorriqueño, puertorriqueña, colombiano, colombiana, venezolano, venezolana, brasileño, brasileña, dominicano, dominicana. Notice that these are not capitalized. In English, we would capitalize them, but in Spanish, nationalities are not capitalized, although the names of the countries are capitalized. Repite, por favor. Chileno, chilena, boliviano, boliviana, español, española, ecuatoriano, ecuatoriana, paraguayo, paraguaya, peruano, peruana, argentino, argentina, uruguayo, uruguaya, panameño, panameña, nicaragüense, salvadoreño, salvadoreña. Excuse me. All right, descriptions. Tall, alto, alta, short, bajo, baja. Average height would work with both male or female. De estatura mediana, of medium height. Either a guy or a girl could be of medium height. De estatura mediana. Joven is young. Old, viejo, vieja means old, but it's not a very polite way to say it. A polite way to say it would be mayor. And that works for males and females. Different ways to say pretty. You could say bonito, bonita, lindo, linda. Different ways to say beautiful. Bello, bella, hermoso, hermosa. Different ways to say attractive or good looking. Atractivo, atractiva, guapo, guapa. Redheaded, pelirrojo, pelirroja. Blonde, rubio, rubia. Brunette, moreno, morena. And some people use moreno to mean dark complected in general, not just dark hair, but dark eyes or dark skin as well. And then active, activo, activa, nice, simpático, simpática, generous, generoso, generosa, outgoing, extrovertido, extrovertida, shy, tímido, tímida, patient, paciente, intelligent or smart, inteligente, hardworking, trabajador, trabajadora. Loyal could be leal or fiel. Honest, honesto, honesta, and brave, valiente. Finally, let's talk a little bit about emotions. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Estoy feliz. Estoy contento or contenta. I'm sad. Estoy triste. I am tired. Estoy cansado or estoy cansada for a female. Different ways to say excited. Emocionado, emocionada is like emotional, excited. Entusiasmado, entusiasmada, enthusiastic. Ilusionado, ilusionada, it's like tengo ilusiones. I'm excited in the sense of looking forward to something. Nervous would be nerviosa, nerviosa. Calm, tranquil, tranquilo, tranquila. Brain dead, this is when you're so tired you can't even think. Embotado, embotada. Worried, preocupado, preocupada. Busy, ocupado, ocupada. So this one's like worried, preoccupied, and this one's like occupied, busy. Overwhelmed, abrumado, abrumada. Some people also say agobiado, agobiada, depending where you're from. And then these are interesting because in English we would say, I am hungry, estoy, whatever, hambriente. But in Spanish, we don't say I am hungry. We say I have hunger, tengo hambre. So a guy could say tengo hambre or a girl could say tengo hambre because hunger it's not an adjective, it's a noun. So you're not describing the speaker here. You're just saying I have hunger. It doesn't change. Tengo hambre. Whether I have it or you have it, it's tengo hambre. Same thing with thirst. I have thirst. Instead of I am thirsty, in Spanish we say I have thirst. Repito. Repite, por favor. Tengo hambre. Tengo sed. Tengo sueño. Tengo calor. Tengo frío. tengo miedo, tengo prisa, tengo vergüenza, tengo cuidado, tengo celos. So I know that was a lot of vocabulary, but those are all useful words. All you need to do is find a way that works best for you to memorize them. And again, I really recommend looking at it a little bit every day instead of trying to cram just once a week or once in a while or every couple of days. Set aside a time every day where you can devote at least 10 minutes to review these words so that they'll go from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. And then you can use them in conversation. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will see each other the next time. Nos vemos la próxima vez. Gracias.